Here, a woman in her 30s. I am in an ancient town which looks like centuries ago. I am in some kind of popular fair, lying on some rugs. People are watching me, clearly with disgust and despise. I am naked, and I have neither legs nor arms. I can't do any movement. People see my breasts and my sex. They spit on me. I feel I have been mutilated, cut, arms and legs, because I did something very bad, some sexual crime. I am being exposed as a punishment. Now, the reformulation of this goes like that. I am in touch with something ancient related to my outer environment. She's outside. I feel exposed, vulnerable, totally powerless, unable to move or to do anything. I am worthless, just a pile of flesh that is being despised. I am aware that I did something wrong, a sexual crime. I deserve punishment, and this is my punishment. So here, this situation is explicitly referring to some wrong, guilty sexual behavior. The dreamer feels that she is being punished for it. She has lost all capacity to act and relate to people. No arms, no legs. Further counseling work with this person will allow her to release memories of an incestuous relationship with her father. She had repressed that memory, but her dream helped her to re-access that information at a time where she was ready for it. Repressed memory is a survival strategy. A lot of people can have this kind of experience when in their childhood they had a sexual relationship that was not appropriate. Then they develop this capacity to erase these memories from their conscious mind. No access to these memories any longer. It's a survival strategy. It's not exceptional at all. However, we have to remain careful in handling dreams like these. Not all dreams related to sexual trauma are reliable indications of repressed sexual abuse. If they appear, they do indicate that there is something there that needs to be looked at and dealt with. But the exact nature of the underlying trauma or memory is still unclear. We have to look at additional signs or symptoms and work out the energy of the trauma without affirming for sure that this is rooted in some incestuous relationship. It's not a proof. It's an indication, but there have to be many other indications for this to be reliable. Here, a woman, she's divorced. She has been sleeping alone for over 10 years. And she dreams, I am in bed with my husband, ex-husband. A little girl, looking pale and sad, comes hesitantly closer and moves into the bed. She lies down between my husband and me. My husband seems irritated. He doesn't really welcome the child. The child's body gets tense. I feel she's hiding something to me. Something happens that she doesn't want me to know. And then all of a sudden I understand. My husband's hand is caressing the child's genitals. The little girl doesn't feel anything anymore. She has tightened up too much. Then I wake up, feeling a sudden pain in my back. And when I fall asleep again, I dream that my apartment has been burgled. Everything has been stolen, and strangely, I do not feel any sadness about it, which I know is not normal. In the first part of this dream, she obviously meets her own hurt inner child, that inner space that carries memories of her sexual abuse, which has been repressed. The child is hiding something. In this dream, that memory is coming back to her consciousness. I understand. The dream indicates that the child has lost all sensations, which corresponds to the woman's total loss of sexual desire. It's also a typical indication of the real experience. Children, when they are experiencing something like that, sexual abuse, they may tighten up and disconnect from their feelings. They won't feel anything anymore. So it's a kind of a signal that looks quite likely. The husband seems to be representing her father image, as she probably projected her father on him. In the second dream, she has a confirmation of the sexual abuse. Her apartment is her own private space. It has been intruded, burgled, violated, robbed of everything. She notices that she doesn't have any feeling about it, and she knows this is not normal. She is not in touch with her feelings, which is a symptom that occurs a lot in this kind of situation. These people go into their heads to avoid feeling their bodies. A woman of 35. I am on a beautiful sand beach on a late afternoon. There is no one else except a friendly feminine presence next to me, which I don't clearly see or identify. She asks me to go for a swim in the sea. I take her to explore the sea. The water is nice, not too deep at first. And while we swim further, I notice yellow snakes on the seabed. Many of them. This frightens me, and I feel embarrassed towards the other girl. I don't want to let her know, as she just wants to enjoy herself. I swim further, keeping my head above the water, not looking down. Then the sea is becoming much deeper, with clear water and lots of small fish. We swim and enjoy, but I suddenly realize all these fish are dead. Many of them just lying dead on the sea bottom. Then I wake up. Now you can, of course, practice reformulating yourself before you move on. Here is my translation. I am in touch with the two parts of me. One, the friend that wants me to explore my emotional nature, and the other, the I perspective, that reluctantly goes into that exploration, into the deeper emotional reality. As we enter that emotional dimension, you see, I discover there are memories related to male sexual aggression, the snakes, male sexual organ. I don't really want to look at that. I make efforts to keep my emotional balance, keep the head above water. However, I discover also that my female sexuality, the fish, remember the fish has the kind of shape of the female genitals. My female sexuality has been deeply affected by this. It is lying dead on the bottom of my emotional being. Now, the dreamer recognized this reformulation as being totally valid for her. She had indeed a deep mistrust towards men in general, as well as towards her father. And she had encountered recurring failures in her loving relationships due to mainly her difficulties on the sexual level. She would never allow herself to fully open up to intimacy. So she liked going out and enjoy herself, but she was incapable of enjoying her body with a man. In this dream, we have a possible indication of sexual abuse, but is this a sure indication? No. We can't say for sure that she has a repressed sexual abuse related to her childhood. We don't really know for sure. The yellow color of the snake may indicate that these memories are more of a mental nature than a real first-hand experience. Not sure, it's just an option. These memories may have been transmitted by the parents, or they may be memories originating in past life experiences. So we still have to be open. Wherever they come from, however, they are there, these memories, and they need to be worked out, transmuted, and healed. It doesn't matter whether there was a real sexual abuse in childhood or not. The trauma is there, so we have to work out, heal it in the same way. So, this is it for this topic. We're going to leave it here. It's been quite long already. Keep working on your own dreams, writing them down, possibly working them out, identifying the feelings, welcoming feelings, transmuting feelings as we have been exploring. See you next time. Bye-bye.